Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Sean, and I'm here with a response video to my man Ziggy over there, Ziggy Nos Sports. And before I get into this, I'm going to explain what's going on here. One, they have for all my subscribers that are subscribed to me because I expose the truth and do things with football, and just now you're seeing that I also do things with sports cards and the hobby with that. Also, let me explain something to you. They have these things called breaks, okay? And what they are is that a person will go and have like 7 or 8 boxes of one product of sports cards. They even do it in Pokemon, they do it in Yu-Gi-Oh! And everything else. And then you have to pay for each team. Like if you wanted to Tampa Bay Buccaneers or whatever, Tom Brady's in there, you have to pay accordingly to what kind of talent's on that team. And it can go anywhere from 20 or for $5 or $7, some breaks 5 to 7, all the way up to thousands to 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, depending on what the product is. Okay, now the problem I have with this, before I get into this video, is that I know people that have contacted me because of these breaks. They have, they have been financially distraught. I mean, totally devastated. They got addicted to breaks, and they started spending thousands of dollars a week, and even sometimes I have one of my friends that's on here that has probably 30 or 1,000 or more subs that does this sports card stuff and other things. And that fella told me he got caught up in that in breaks in like 2012 and spent $25,000 on breaks. And on the money he spent on the breaks, he could have literally bought all the cards that he won for for a couple G. Okay, he hit one Wayne Gretzky auto that was worth like three or 4,000. Okay, because he was doing hockey, he was doing baseball, he's doing football, he's doing it all. Okay, and I have friends of mine on Facebook that do breaks, and I disagree with it at the highest level, and they know I do. The way that I look at this is this. This is what has to happen. This stuff to me is illegal. Okay, this is gambling. You're gambling. Okay, there's no difference between a scratch-off lottery ticket, going and buying a scratch-off lottery ticket, or going into this break. But there is a difference. I'm sorry. The difference is this. On the lottery ticket, you know the odds, you know all the prizes, and you know your chances of winning. In this shit here, the breakers will never tell you what the whole breakdown of the product. Most of them don't. Maybe 5% of them do, but 95% of them don't even know what's in that shit, okay? And this video is going to be a prime example of that. And second of all, most of the breakers don't even know how to handle the cards. They don't put gloves on. They got prisms and refractors and numbered cards and autograph cards and gold cards in there, and their dirty, nasty fingers with acid on them touching these cards, and then they're going to put them in a penny sleeve and give them to you. You should wear gloves all the time when you're doing breaks, especially with prisms and Topps chromes and all that. That's all refractors. There's no card that's just plain paper, okay? If you're doing paper ones, that's a little different, but still there's refractors in there. They shoot special cards in there also. Now here's another story. This has happened about 2 months ago. I get an email from one of my friends that lives up in the Carolinas, and he started collecting cards, and he got back out of it a little bit because of finances. But he has a credit card in his drawer for special occasions, for going to vacations and stuff. Well, his 10-year-old son, from him breaking and saw him breaking, got addicted to this shit. He made up an account himself and was going on YouTube and Facebook and all these places and using his dad's credit card, and he binged it up to 4G in about a month. And then they got a notice from the credit card company, hey, you've been doing a lot of activities on Facebook and eBay and all that, because eBay's the worst. You can literally go on eBay and you'll have probably 400 or 500 breaks, okay? Hockey breaks, baseball breaks, you name it, they have it. Soccer breaks, and then you're bidding on the teams and bidding on the players. For a prime example of why you don't want to pay a lot of money for rookie people that's never really done anything. Now, this card he pulled right now, I'm going to let you know, is a Scott Barnes autograph card number /10. The fellow won Rookie of the Year last year and played for the Raptors, okay? He's a good player. That doesn't mean he's going into the Hall of Fame. In 2001, people were going after this guy named Mark Pryor. Okay, Mark Pryor was this special pitcher that got, he was amazing for 100-mile fastballs, just the greatest pitcher. They're putting him in the same category as Nolan Ryan. He was built similar to Nolan. He's, tall, lanky guy with a little muscle to him. And he ended up, thousands of dollars people were spending, even back in 2001, keep in mind. Nowadays money, it would be the same as this. The guy was a complete bust. He threw his arm out. Then I saw him play in Daytona for the Daytona Cubs at the time. And these kids were dinging him up, okay? He couldn't throw the ball anymore. He was done. I could have probably hit off of him, okay? And I was in my 20s at the time. I know I could have hit off of him. I'm saying right now, and him being in his prime. But that's another story. I would never invest that kind of money in a player that's not established. Zion Williams is a prime example of that. Luka's a prime example of that. People during the push was buying these cards for thousands of dollars, and you can get them for hundreds of dollars, more than half the price. They lost 90% of their value. What do you think is going to happen during this depression? And the reason I say this is this isn't cool, okay? Breaking isn't fun anymore. Breaking used to be you go to the card shop, the card guy would have a couple boxes and stuff. People would pay a few bucks and they'd pick teams and they'd be standing there talking about sports and having fun. None of that's done here. These dudes are nothing but drug dealers, okay? I don't care how nice they are. I don't care what they do for the community or anything like that. The pursuit of good means does not justify the employment of bad ends. So let's listen to what happened. And before I get into one more, this guy's trying to petition people that have addictions and are greedy and evil, okay? You cannot petition evil, and you cannot reason with greedy people that have addictions. That's what's up. They don't want to give a $20,000 card out. They didn't even realize that card was going to be in that break. That's why they had a free break for everybody. If you think that they knew there were going to be a $20,000 card in there, there's no way they would have did that box. But as I've been trying to tell people, what they've been doing is putting big bangers in retail, okay? And I actually pulled out a card, 1 out of 50, Vlad Jr. rookie autograph red, white, and blue Prism Pulsar card out of a $10 pack of cards, okay? And then, there's numbered cards, 1 to 10. Little Josh was pulling out 1 out of 10 gold refractors. He had Gary Sanchez and a Tatis one. So, there's bangers in there. And they do that because they want you to, for the same reason, is to buy lottery tickets, to give you hope, to think that you're going to win a big one. And it's very rare. The money you spend on breaks, you can literally buy this stuff. You can literally buy these cards that you're going after on these breaks. And these people are making a killing. Now, what I'm doing Monday, I got an appointment. One of my friends is a district attorney in Daytona Beach, and I'm going to find out what kind of laws that are being broken here in Florida, because you can't sell tickets or anything like that, or you can't do any kind of lottery here like that. It's illegal. It's just like me making up sheets, those football sheets where you pick teams and you put $2 on it, and if you hit 5 teams or 6 teams, you win. Whoever won the most teams that week wins the pot. And I saw ones in Philadelphia pay $1 and you can get a chance to win 1,000. You got to hit all teams though. You got to hit the majority of them, and then if you're tied with somebody, there's the extra. You got to pick the points on Monday night game. It's illegal. Okay, you can't do that because people are addicted. And to put this to you, because I took psychology classes, and what happens is the same endorphins that you have from winning the lottery or playing sports or having sex or anything like that is the same endorphins that you have in these breaks when you're winning. You're chasing a win. Just like lottery. The only difference, as I said, the lottery people tell you the odds of you being able to hit the card or hit the money, and it's all broke down. Now, the breaks should be illegal. And the only other option is, if they don't make them illegal, you should have to have a license to do breaks. The IRS needs to look into this because there is mad shit to be looked into. This is a money laundering, in my opinion, this is a money laundering scheme, and these big influencers are all part of it. Before the product comes out, they'll tell you certain players that they'll drop seeds. They plant the seed, and then these assholes at the breaks water it, and you're the plant, and it pops up. And that's what they do. They've been doing this to you for years, giving you hope and giving you a thing that you're going to win some big card. And then if you do win the big card, there's been so much scandalous shit going on in the last 3 months, they don't even want to give the card out to you. Backdoor breaks, those fucking scumbags. Excuse my language. This other fella, platinum cards, he's switching cards, acting like he's throwing stuff in a garbage can, and he's putting cards to the side that are worth more money than the ones they're going to give you. Unbelievable, the kind of criminality that is going on in our hobby. If I was an FBI agent, you fellas would be in jail. I'm a bystander watching you guys do this stuff to my friends and everything, and I've had enough of it. Okay, I've had enough. I'm going to call you out on it. There are no nice people that do breaks. Okay, it's an addiction. They may mean well, but you're part of a bigger, as I've gotten older, I see what's going on. You're part of a bigger entity that's evil. The people, the hierarchy, start this stuff up at the hierarchy, the whales, they set the prices for these cards on open auctions that you get to see, and eBay, and you'll go to eBay and jump prices up over there. They'll go to golden auction and do shilling over there. It doesn't matter what the card is, doesn't matter what Pokemon, whatever. It's all a grift. At the end of the day, these are just men on a piece of paper. At the end of the day, these are just cartoons on a piece of paper. Okay? This has gotten... You want to see a prime example of addiction? Eric Jab lost his family because of this shit. Because of breaks, because of sports cards. His wife packed her stuff up and took their kids and left, and he's just still doing it. He's like, well, they left me, and I don't know. Dude, you have an addiction. And I exposed that guy really bad, but I feel bad now. At first, I was calling these people scumbags, and I was saying all this stuff. I was like, dude, but now I realize that it's addiction. I'm dealing with mentally ill people. And if you don't think that you're not addicted, try not to do it. If you feel an urge, I know people that have to open up cards every other week or every other day or something. They start jonesing like friggin' tweakers. And I'm like, dude, this is just a hobby, bro. You put sets together. You have fun doing it. They have ruined this sports and cards investment. I mean, all of these guys. Sports card investor, Dan the curator, JD hanging out with that asshole, JD, all of them. And they're like, you can't bring negativity to the hobby. No, they don't want you to expose how rotten they are. They're smiling in your they're smiling to your face, and they're stabbing you in the back. They want the money in your pocket. And then now they found a way to get the money out of your pocket and get their cards back for half of 90% value off. They rose the price of these things like they were stock market times during 2019, and it was a phenomenon. Okay, that's never going to happen again. The country was locked down. People had nowhere to go. And then when that was going on, these breakers were going out to Walmart's, Targets, raiding the place, taking every card off the shelf so nobody could buy any Pokemon, so nobody could buy any Yu-Gi-Oh!, nobody could buy sports cards. You had to go and buy them off the internet twice to 3 times the amount, or go to these breaks. And they made a killing, and nobody was paying federal taxes on this. And I'll promise you, half of these people aren't paying federal taxes on it now. The only way to sort this out is these people have to be licensed to do breaks. The government has to get involved in this. You have addictions. People are losing their homes. They're losing their cars. They're losing, not having money for rent, not having money for food, because they're addicted to the shit. You got little children now. You sick sons of bitches. You don't care about kids. This is just hobbies for the kids. But there's quite, and I mean quite a bit of evidence that there may be a pedophile ring going on in this community. And when I get enough evidence to prove it for 100% fact, I'm not going to come on here and tell you. I'm going to go to the police department. And then when they're arrested, I'm going to tell you that I'm the one that did that. Just like I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going down to my friend, that's the district attorney in Daytona Beach, and I'm going to talk to him. And then I'm going to go to this congressperson down the street and let them know what's going on and see if he has any friends at the IRS and at the federal FBI that can look into some of these channels and see what you guys are doing, and then let them make a decision if anything's being illegally done or anything like that. And I mean all of you. All you influencers that ruined this hobby, you're going to get your ass handed to you. Not by physicalities, because the pen is mightier than a sword. And I'm a lot smarter than any of you folks when it comes to this kind of shit. I've been around grifters my whole life. I lived in a city with 8 million people in Philadelphia. And I lived in Daytona Beach, which is just as rough. I grew up in areas where I had to fight every day because of the color of my skin and stuff. But I don't hold that against anybody. We're little kids. I just think they're assholes, some people, and some people aren't assholes. Like this guy's going to tell you what asshole he is. Now, there are only two options out of this. He either did this because he's a man of God and thinks that this card should go to charity because it was a free break for everybody to be involved in. Or two, he's just deceivious and trying to start trouble on that channel and start trouble in the community and get people to watch his channel and cause that kind of drama. Because what he did was huge. This guy pulled a banger. Let's take a look.
Yep, I am an asshole. I'm the guy in a break that's open for everybody. Everybody can win. When they pull the monster card, I'm the asshole that yells, "Give it to charity! Give it to charity!" Yep, that's me. In this video, I'm going to explain to you an interesting situation took place today, Thursday, July 14th. I'm also going to ask for your help at the end of this video, and that's simply to go vote on a poll that GoGTS Live will be posting. And that is simply to vote. Give it to charity. Give it to charity. But if you disagree with me, feel free to not vote that way. Let me give you the details. If you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe. I'm going to try to make this video short, sweet, and to the point. So hang in there, and we'll get right to the details. Okay, real quickly, this is the feed, GoGTS Live. This is July 14th. This just ended, so you're seeing a rewound video. 9 watching.
Now look at these guys that are involved in here. Look at all the stuff in the background they have. Look at this. They can be clean cut. They can be the nicest guys. And I'm not trying to throw these dudes under the bus. First of all, Ziggy, Monster spelled M-O-N-S-T-E-R. That's the first thing, okay, buddy? You might want to fix that. Because if you're going to call people out and have people do signature for soldiers, we can do spelling correctly. That's like a 5th grade word there, buddy. We can put that together. It's M-O-N-S-T-R, okay, my friend? Second of all, look, like I say, some of the nicest people in the world do the most rotten things unintentionally. And these breaks are full of money. Don't let anybody tell you they're not making any money, because they wouldn't be doing it. And unintentionally or intentionally, he's literally shilling for these guys. He's telling you about their channel, telling you what kind of good guys they are. They're going to give a free breakaway until they hit a 20,000 banger.
Actually, being 36 watching this in place. I don't know if that's going to show up in this. Watch this. This is an opening of a pack.
Look how this dude handles the card. Now, these are silver refractor. Look at that. Putting them on the bottom there, ruining the corners of them. Good God in heaven, man. Now, this is the banger. It's a huge card. It's huge. $10,000 card if it's graded PSA 10. Maybe more than that. It's only 10 of them made. Jeez. That's an on-card auto, too. That's not a sticker item.
Number 210.
Gold. See, look at what he's doing to the bottom of the corner there. This is why you need gloves, and that card should be in a penny sleeve immediately. You're holding a $5,000 card ungraded easily.
Wow, everybody's booming, man.
Now, that card right there, like I said, is like $5,000 ungraded. All right? I've just looked up cards earlier before I made this video, and the cheapest autograph of this dude is a leaf metal. It's like $1.45, and it has corner issues, okay? Pretty bad corner issues, actually. So that's why it's like that. If it wasn't, it'd be $500 even for leaf, okay? But this is Prism. This is Prism basketball. It's highly sought out. It's highly valuable, and these people know that. Now, what they didn't know, because you can tell of the unexperiencedness of what's going on here, is one, they don't have gloves on. I think that's unprofessional. If you guys are going to run a big station like that, go get some gloves, gloves. Two, you don't take the cards and hold them up on a flat surface like that. You're going to ding the corners up. You have to have penny sleeves ready. So when he pulled that card, the first thing he should have did, I know he's excited, would have been like, put that in a penny sleeve, and at least a penny sleeve, and then a top loader. Then we can talk business. Because you take that card, and that's probably what they're going to do. They're going to take that card, they're going to send it into PSA, overnight it, and get paid whatever it costs, $1,000 or whatever. Get that card back, and they'll probably get a 10 on it, maybe a 9, because he's dinging the corners up while he's holding it, and he's not very good at handling the cards. And that's from being an inexperienced collector or somebody who just don't give a shit. They're just doing it as fast as they can, and they never thought that card would be in that box or in retail product like that. They never had no idea. They had no idea that card was going to be there. And I've been saying that bangers are in retail, and here's another prime example of that. Second of all, let's take a look at what's going on here. This guy went to their channel, and they had a free giveaway pretty much. They, hey, whatever card, I don't know how they worked it out, but I guess they're going to do a raffle, and then they would give the card away. And then what I'm saying is, one, either this guy's a man of God and he loves the hobby and loves to try to give back to the community, but it's not his channel to do that. But he's going to go ahead and give his suggestion and his opinion. Hey, let's give that to charity. Or two, when he saw that card, inside him, he's greedy and didn't want anybody else to have it besides him. So he's like, let's give it to charity. But I'm going to go with the latter because I've been watching his channel for a while, and I think the guy's a decent guy. But that's how my mind works. So don't take that wrong, Ziggy. My mind questions everything. Even you. I don't know you personally. I just seen your videos, and now you're going to someone else's channel, and during a big event like that, they pull a banger, and you're telling them to do an auction, to give it to charity, okay? Now, the other people that are wanting that card because they're greedy and they have addictions, they don't want to give that card to no charity. Or some of them may want to just give it to charity because, like, well, I ain't going to get it. And since I don't get it, nobody gets it. That's what you're dealing with, little kids. I'm going to be the adult in the room, and I'm going to see what I can do with Congress and my friend that's a district attorney to make you guys have to have licenses to do breaks. And that's what I'm going to do. And maybe it's even illegal. And hopefully, if it is, then we can get you guys arrested. Because now you got little kids watching this shit, going into mom and dad's credit cards and getting involved in breaks, which they're not even old enough to do. So you're doing business with minors, and I don't care if you know about it or not. Okay, that's not how the law works. If you take your friend to the Jiffy and he goes and robs a Jiffy and you drive away and you didn't know he did it, you're still going to get in trouble until they sort it out. Okay, and then you're still accessory. So the law don't work like that, okay? The law is in black and white. You can't run gambling sites and do racketeering. This is mafia type stuff, okay? This is money laundering. It ain't no difference than going to the bar and playing the numbers. There's no taxes being paid on half of this stuff. I guarantee you, when the IRS gets involved in this, because that's what my friend, this congressperson, is probably going to do, he's going to call the IRS and let them know about these channels so they can get themselves a few $1,000 off of these. And we're talking thousands of channels that are not paying taxes. And these big sports card investor guys, all of these people need to be investigated, okay? There's a worldwide depression going on, especially in America, and these people got millions of dollars. Where are they getting this money at? Don't tell me they had it. No, because people like that don't keep their money. They keep spending it.
But I simply said, this has got to go to charity. You should donate this to charity. And I put several comments in about that. You should donate this to Signature for charity. No one says anything. Crickets, right? I did post something, look, and I highlighted, go GTS. I think you would get more hobby love giving this to charity than simply randomly selecting one of us to give it to you. I also said in my chat, if I was selected, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving this to charity. I'm donating this to charity. And I did recommend Signatures for Soldiers because it's the national charity. Okay.
Look, our country's so bad that we got to have a charity for Signature for Soldiers. Is that a disgrace or what? We live in a country where we can't even give our soldiers free medical, 100% free medical, and if they get injured on the job, which means they got shot or stepped on a mine or something traumatic happened to them, not that they hit their hand with a hammer or did some shit like that. They got lead in them, not a nail, but some lead that was flying about 2,000 miles an hour into their shoulder or into their leg, and now they can't do work correctly. And you know what our government does? They don't even help these people. It's so bad this guy's going to say, hey, you know what, dude? We got to donate money to the soldiers because they can't get medical treatment. I have a friend of mine on here, Stephen. He came on here and told me about some of the stuff that he's gone through, and he is in the military. And they don't even do him right, okay? My opinion, if you pass boot camp, as soon as you pass boot camp, you get 100% disability. 100% medical insurance. 100%. Doesn't matter any more further than that. You get 100% medical disability. Not disability. Medical insurance. And your immediate family. If you're married, your wife gets medical insurance, your kids get medical. That's the least you can do. They even did that shit back in Roman times. They took care of their soldiers when they died. They gave their wives benefits. And that was, 2,000 years ago? And we live in 2022? We got these animals trying to take away our Social Security and our Medicare. Okay? And you got to do this kind of stuff? That's how corrupt our government is. You get injured on a job as a soldier, you get 100% disability. This dude's got a shill for people to get proper medical treatment for some damn charity.
So in there, I'm making these comments. I said, "Is anybody with me?" Finally, Go GTS Live did respond. Hey, Ziggy, we will talk. Actually, it's my name, which is Sports Car Show. We'll talk at the break about it and get back to you, which I appreciate them doing that. So
look, dude, are you that naive that you think that you're going to petition and reason with addictions and greed? You're talking about greed. It's one of the deadly sins for a reason. It consumes your soul. These people are greedy over money. They'll do anything for money. They'll do anything for money, and they'll do anything for subscribers to get enough money so they don't have to work a job, a proper job. That's what it all boils down to. People are fed up by how they're being treated at work and working for pennies on a dollar, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I don't care what kind of nice person they are. I don't blame them. Hey, I got you, bro. I'm 50 years old. I worked 35 years of my life. I totally understand. I know. And especially now with gasoline being $6 and $7 a gallon in some states. If you make $15 an hour, by the time you drive to work and buy groceries and buy whatever else you need, you're literally making $8 or $9 an hour. Okay? These sports car radio guys, there's grifters, they're probably cutting lawns. They don't own all that shit. They lease them damn those cars that they have. And the Rolex watches, they lost more money on the Rolex watches than you did on sports cars. They're trying to flex. And you're dealing with greedy people. If you can't see that, then the best thing to do is not do business with any of them. Just go buy the card, okay? Go buy your own boxes. It's cheaper. We're going through a depression right now. They're giving this shit away on eBay. By next year, they're going to give it half the price that they paid for it. Just hang tight and don't buy players that aren't established. You don't know if this guy's going to go in the Hall of Fame. And this guy going to that channel, he caused a ruckus over it because he's trying to bring good value to people that are corrupt and evil, and they're shocked. They're like, wait a minute, who the hell would do this? This is a $20,000 card or $15,000. I want that card. I want to sell it. I want to, kiss it and make love to it and have it sleep in my bed with me. You fucking sick, degenerate sons of bitches. You got problems, man. You got to go to a psychologist and get that sorted out. That's an addiction.
The people that start chiming off about this is like backyard breaks, you can't do it, you can't go back, which I think to myself, no, there's nothing between Go GTS Live and Backyard Breaks. They're both opening cards. They're two different entities. Backyard
Breaks, people pay to get into that. This was a free one this guy did. That's the difference between backyard breaks. And they pulled a Trevor Lawrence out that's like $15,000 card. Then they didn't want to give it out.
Buy into a break here. He didn't invest money in Go GTS 5. We're watching. We're consuming content. They can do what they want with it. The fact they're not keeping themselves would be bad. But giving it to charity is the best thing. And I'm going to ask if you agree with me to vote that this card go to charity. Now, it did cause somebody...
Dude, we are literally having a discussion about a piece of paper with a guy's face on it and a signature. An autograph. You want to talk about ideology? Thou shalt not worship false idols. You ever read the Ten Commandments? You're worshiping false idols. And as I said, if you really want this dude's autograph, you can go on the internet and get it cheaper from what they're going to sell it to you. And he's trying to petition this stuff and reason with them. You would sound like a bunch of little children. This shit's illegal. What you're doing is bringing more attention to the breaks, which I'm glad you're doing, because it's going to be easier for the district attorney to look at this evidence and discover if there's any crimes being committed. And if it goes across state lines, then the FBI can get involved in it. This has got to stop. These people need to be licensed to do this. Okay, like I said, you don't think that there's addictions? Go ask Eric Jab. I'm sure he'll tell you, yeah, dude, I lost my family and everybody for doing breaks. Oh, that's just one person. No, there's many people on here. He's the biggest one of them all, though. His channel's huge. And he still won't stop doing it. And I feel bad, Eric, that I ripped into you like that before in the past, but you were ripping my friends off on grifting on the Alex Madrid card. It was wrong. And I'm glad you took the video down. But it only took me to expose you for being a jack-off for you to do that. And this dude's trying to petition these people about giving a free card out, which they're doing for free anyway. They literally, you know what I would say to these guys? I'd say, you know what, you greedy bastards, you don't deserve it. None of you's going to get this card. I just want to see what kind of people I'm dealing with. I'm going to give it to charity, my charity that I want, and I'll give out a different card here. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe or go buy your own freaking cards.
The controversy. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so you can see here that, I make this, I'll talk to Rob. Somebody actually backs me up on this. I make a comment, they're going to bitch at me, but that's fine. I'll take it, card karma. And then some people here, sounds like backyard breaks. Honestly, seems safer to give it away than to keep it. Exactly, no problems. Even down here, man, you get people complaining about how
they're complaining about a free break that they got no chips in the game with. None of them. And look at the ones complaining. Dave Holmes and Shane Holiday. You freaking sick sons of bitches. Go get some counseling, dude. Kristen Brett. Well, ultimately against the donation, all this bullshit that don't want to give it away. Dude, I would burn that card if it was me and these people were doing that shit. I would burn it right on fucking camera and say, you greedy bastards, and I would block these people. I'd rather have 5 subscribers on my channel than have people like that following me. Because you ain't going to reach this type of stuff. These people are evil. Their soul is fucked up. They're literally fucked up. This video is longer than I want it to be. I'll make shorter videos about it. And because I have to explain to the ones that are watching my channel that are involved in the hobby, the big channels, that scumbag Dan Curator and Jeff Wilson and all them. You are doing bad things to little children here. Okay? Kids are getting involved in this illegally. Little kids are not supposed to be using credit cards to make purchases with adults. Okay? You people are sick. You're greedy. You're sinful. And God is going to punish you for this. And I'm going to do my best. Like I said, I've already been working behind the scenes on a lot of other things with these channels. And this is just more evidence to me to bring to these people so they can make laws against this. You ain't going to come around here and go to our Walmarts and take all the stuff off the shelf and then go on breaks and jack people and get people addicted to this stuff like it's the lottery. This is money laundering and it's illegal mafia type stuff. That's what we're dealing with here. And if these guys want to if I was them, just keep the damn card. Tell them I'm going to keep the card and I'm going to get it graded and then we're going to do a charity auction. and I'll take 10% of it for going through putting the money out, and then the other 90%, or I'll take 20% of it. Do whatever you want. It's your card. You're giving it away for free. They would if it was some other card, they'd be bitching that it wasn't a good card. Free stuff, and these bitches are complaining about it. What a bunch of pussies, man.
Controversy. The poll is ultimately against the donation. There's nothing we could do to the nice retweets. So they'll make sure that nice people will win in the drawing to decide to give it right. So, yeah. I'm not going to talk about that. That bothers me, but it is what it is. I guess a part of me sees that like.
Stop trying to petition evil, dude. They're not gonna listen to this guy. They're just not. You guys can go check the rest of this video out. I'm done with it. I'm getting too irritated because I'm dealing with little kids here. Bad little kids. Evil little sons of bitches. These people are evil. Okay? I'm not saying that this guy's evil, and I'm not saying he's evil. I'm saying they're doing breaks. If you're in breaks, you're involving yourself in a dirty hobby, in a dirty part of the hobby. It's not clean no more. It isn't fun. You're getting people's money. They're addicted to this shit. They're spending money they don't have, and you guys don't care as long as you line your pockets up. And now you got little kids doing this shit. And when are you going to draw the line? When is a hobby going to say, enough of this, enough of breakers? You have to be licensed to be a breaker at the minimum. And you got to pay taxes on your wages that you're making on here. And I bet you half of them, or 90% of them, will be off the YouTube the next day when they pass a law where you need to have a license to do this. Or they'll be doing the shit in a garage somewhere and having people come over or something. Because they're so, it's like a drug to these people. You can't petition these dudes, Ziggy. I've been telling you this for years. Stop trying to be nice to the devil. You're either a man of God or you're not a man of God. I know I use profanity, but I'm angry and I understand that. I'm not supposed to. But I would never do shit like that. And I've had many times to do breaks. Believe me. And I'm a lot better at breaks than these people are. I can tell you that because I handle my stuff a lot nicer than these guys are doing. Touching their cards with no gloves on. Putting the cards on a flat surface with no penny sleeve on. A $5,000 autograph. You don't even put it in a penny sleeve. That shows you the inexperience of this. And then you got these people, congrats to the winners. No, you don't mean that. You don't mean that, dude. You're mad you didn't win. And now you got this guy telling you to give it to auctions or give it to a charity because soldiers can't even get proper medical treatment. But you folks have got brand new fucking homes and brand new food, your refrigerator stocked up because you got so many sheep that are subscribed to your bullshit, paying you $50 a month for freaking apps that don't work correctly, or paying you $50. The best one is that dude from Sports Card Investor. He's got people spending $50 a month to watch the values of their cards go down because of his bad picks and his bad advice. If there was the way to sue people for doing that kind of stuff, this guy would be sued out of existence because he gave out financial advice to people. He knows he did. So did Dan the Curator. And Dan's a scumbag that stole his friend's Star Wars card, literally off of him. He's like, kept the guy from trying to sell it and intervened with all of the sales that he would have had with that Star Wars card. Then he turned around and bought it off of him and then turned around and flipped it and got all the fame and glory from it. And he's just a low-life scumbag. There's plenty of places in hell for those kind of people. I'm tired of dealing with Luciferians, and I'm tired of dealing with people that are evil and being nice to them. You cannot be nice to them. You got to call them out. Or this hobby, you won't have a hobby. It's disgusting what you folks are doing. Your days are numbered in this hobby. I'm going to do what I can do, and I'm sure other people watching this video are going to agree with me. You have to be licensed to do breaks. And at least professional enough to wear gloves. Okay? So, I'm done with this for today. Ziggy, you're trying to do good work over there. Fix the monster, put an S in there. And then, don't try to petition these people. And don't care if these people sub you or don't sub you. Okay? You're better off being yourself like I am and having people that come to my channel and like me for who I am than being some false, fake idol for people to try to worship you. You're not God. Okay? I only worship God. I don't worship men. I don't worship false idols. I do collect. I got a hobby. I don't worship this stuff. I put my sets together, share it with people, and I think it's cool from the vintage eras and stuff. I was like, wow, I did that. Yeah, I played football. Most of these people never even played the game of football or played basketball. They wouldn't know the difference between a 3-4 defense or a 4-3 defense in football. They don't even know what routes these people are running in the NFL. In basketball, they don't know the difference between zone defense and man on man. They don't even know what a 3-second violation is. And you want to talk about fouling going on in the NBA? Dude, you can blow your whistle almost every time they touch the ball for offensive fouls. That's another story in itself. You're dealing with adolescent, Luciferian type minded, mafia type shit going on here. This is money laundering. And I promise you, when you follow the money from all the channels and all the breaks, it's going to lead to one area. I guarantee you, indirectly or directly. They may not know they're even part of this. This is how big this shit is. They're a little intricate doing the work for these people, pushing out these cards, telling you what cards to buy. It's much bigger than just breaks. You're causing a serious issue in people's lives. God bless everybody here. I do. I'm sorry for my profanity. And I'm sorry, Mike Mars, if you're watching me. I lost my temper today, but I did better than I did last time. Okay, buddy? And you know I'm right, Mike. These people are bad people. And they're doing bad things to the hobby. And I know 90% of my friends that are in the hobby can't stand breakers. Modern ones, at least. They've destroyed this hobby, and they're just doing more and more to do it. Now, I ain't blaming these guys. Like I said, they're inexperienced. They didn't know that banger was in there, and they should have had gloves on, and they shouldn't have been opening that type of box. If you're going to give out free stuff like that, go buy Sage Football. You know, give the autographs out. Give low-end stuff, because you're going to get a big banger, and you're going to have a problem like this, and then you're going to have somebody say, give it to charity, and then you're going to have all these people that are addicted to this shit lose their damn minds because they want that card. These people will do anything for it. Like I say, God bless everybody here. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. And please don't get involved in these breaks. It's just like rigged and scripted football times. You can't bet on something if you don't know the background on it, and you have to use your mantra and all that stuff because it's rigged. Well, this shit's rigged too. Only you're getting addicted to this. It causes addictions. There's clinical evidence out there. There's many people on YouTube, okay? Like I said, this video is long, but it's worth watching in my opinion. I sat through your bullshit. A lot of people that watch my videos, I sat through your stuff for hours and watched your stuff. 40 minutes of your time to learn something and keep your kids from getting involved in something like this and causing them to have